But it's finals week for seniors this week. I've already had several seniors this morning in my classes taking finals. So seniors are wrapping it up. Today and tomorrow is the end of senior finals. So any of the seniors that were exempt are already done. So because they graduate this Friday and Saturday, BHS Friday night, Bentonville West Saturday morning. So it is graduation week. So the parking lot gets real thin this week. We can go out in the parking lot. All those seniors aren't here. A lot of cars gone. So, which is fine. Makes it feel like the end of the school year when you look out there and the parking lot's half empty. That's lovely, lovely. All right, still missing quite a few, so I'll stall for another minute or two. I did make it to the movies this weekend. Let's see, what did I make? My mind's not on it right now, so I'm struggling to think of what I saw. Oh, yes, we went and saw The Accountant 2. The Accountant 2, which is, like this autistic, really nerdy guy that has this secret team of like child prodigy genius kids that can hack into anything. And he's kind of like a vigilante. I like the vigilante justice. So works outside the law. And watching that made my wife and I both question, did we see The Accountant 1? We thought we had seen the first Accountant movie. And then after seeing the sequel, it's like, I'm not sure we ever saw the first one. So we may have to run that down and try to see that. I mean, we enjoyed it. We saw the Thunderbolts the week before, and that was all right. It's not like they're advertising it the best Marvel movie ever. No, that's a bunch of BS. It's not the best Marvel movie ever. That's just crazy. Maybe the best Marvel movie this year, but I mean, it was okay. It was good. So I don't know. We're going to ramp up our movie watching. We've been so busy this spring that we've kind of gotten a little bit behind. Let's see, in the past 90 days, how many have I seen in the last 90 days? You see, usually in 90 days, we would see at least 6 to 8. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've seen 6. So we've averaged 2 a month, and we got to ramp that up. Which, by the way, see, now again, we have to go to Fayetteville to watch these movies because we have the AMC Stubs membership, and they just changed our membership, and they added a 4th movie, so we can see 4 movies every week. It's like 16 movies a month, but there's not that many movies out there to see. We'd have to go see like every single movie. So changing it from 3 movies a week to 4 movies a week just looks good on paper. In practicality, there's rarely 4 movies come out in any week that we'd want to go see. But we are going to see more since school's wrapping up. We're going to have less time at school and more time to do what we want. And we'll be ready for that. That'll be good. So, all right, how are we doing? This may be everybody we're getting. It's been almost 5 minutes since class officially started, but doing well today. Let's take a look at what Buzz says we have. Oop, that's the wrong button. What Buzz says we have this week. If we scroll down to the bottom, we'll see we're just ready for the test. We did arithmetic sequences and series 2 weeks ago. Last week we did geometric sequences and series, and this week we're just testing over those 2 lessons, or 3 lessons technically, but we're just testing over sequences and series. So part 1, part 2, and then the semester final for next week. I posted in our Google Classroom that our final will be next Wednesday at noon. That's earlier than our usual class time. So I just wanted to point that out. Next Wednesday at noon. Now we do have class next Monday. We won't have a new lesson because our final is Wednesday. I'm not going to, throw something at you on Monday, but we will have class Monday. And, still exemptions are a possibility. If you haven't had more than 4 absences, more than 4 tardies, more than 4 absences in advisory, make sure you've got no missing assignments. Make sure your grade's over 75%, or at least 75%, 74.5, because I'll round up. So if you got everything turned in and your grade's still below 75, you might want to redo some things that you didn't score so well on. And if you got missing things, My goodness, by all means, get them in. Now, looking at this class, there's not tons missing. This for as large of a class, 35 students in here, I would expect more missing assignments. It's not that bad. So get caught up on that because you have a chance to be exempt, which we'll know by next Monday or Tuesday. I don't know when I'm going to get the final attendance report. They send us out an attendance report, say, okay, here it is. So we can see how many like advisory absences you've had and how many you've had in my class before we send out the exemptions. But that's coming up. So if you have to take the final, or always got to remember, if you want to take the final, because you can take the final even if you're exempt. And if that happens, it will not lower your grade. If you've got an 88.5 and you're like, man, if I just can bump that up to an 89.5, I'll have an A. Maybe I should take the final. Well, if you score a 60 on the final, I'll just throw it out and act like you never took it. I'm not going to lower your grade if you are exempt. If you're exempt. If you're not exempt, it'll lower your grade. That's just how it works. So you want to be exempt. But if you're exempt and you take it and it raises your grade up to an 89.5, yay, you'll get an A in the class. So, or raise it up to a 79.5 or whatever you're looking for. So you want to be exempt if at all possible. But again, by this point in the semester, if you've already had too many absences, you can't fix that. But you still want to get everything turned in because what if you do bomb the final? You don't want it to drop you down to a lower grade. All right. So if you're not exempt, get that grade as high as you can before we hit finals next Wednesday. Next Wednesday at noon. Reminder, I'll say that often. Earlier than usual class time. If you come at class time, you can still take the final. You just won't have as long to finish it. And I don't know any questions in this right off the top of my head. It's 105 points, so it's going to be at least 20 questions. But anyway. All right, guys. We really don't have anything else this week. You got the test. So you got until Sunday night to get the test turned in, or it'll be a missing assignment. No, you don't want the test to be a missing assignment. It's worth too many points, right? And our test is worth, our two-part test, 48 points, 20 points. So it's not like 100 points combined, but it's 68 points for part one, part two, because I've shortened it down. Because we only studied the arithmetic and geometric sequences and series. There's other parts to this chapter we never got to this unit, and I took those out of test. In fact, I cut part two down. Part two is where you have to write all your work, right? It's not multiple choice. That was 4 questions. I cut it down to 2 questions. So you're welcome. Because those other 2 questions are, students always mess those. And then a bunch of them always try to use AI. And AI is terrible with these. And AI always gets it all wrong. And I'm like, man, it's a very complicated answer to be totally wrong. So I get tired of grading all these AI answers that I'm end up getting no points for. Because it's like, I want to know what you know, not what the computer knows. And the computer doesn't know a lot. On these ones that I took out especially, I copied and pasted one of the questions that I took out. Myself, I copied and pasted it into AI and asked it to answer the question. And it was way off. Oh my gosh, it was way off. And I did it 5 times and it gave me 5 different answers. Copied and pasting the exact same question. 5 different answers. None of them were right. None of them were close to right. It's terrible. I'm like, oh my gosh, AI is so terrible at math. If you just want to add or subtract numbers, it's pretty good. But if you want to do some real math, like these questions were, it was laughable how bad the answers were from AI. I got copies of it somewhere. I screenshotted it. I'm like, I have to screenshot. This is so terrible. But anyway, all right, guys, I won't keep you because you got a test to do. You can do a test now. You can go look at it. Emma's got a question. Jacob's got a question. Question 8 represents a 7.05. Is that on part 1 or part 2? I guess that's part 1 because there's not a question 8 on part 2. Well, I need to look at that because I thought I took out everything. That was not. Hold on, let me look at that first and I'll get to your question there. Question 8. Question 8 and 9. Oh, why do I have a question 9? There shouldn't be a question 9. I'll look at that, Jacob. Go ahead and give it your best answer, and I'll just. Mine has a question 9 for some reason. I don't even think you have a question 9, but maybe I looked at it before and it's giving me that. Emma, what's up? Yeah, I think I had looked at the test before I changed it, and it had 9 then, and so since I already looked at it, it's already loaded 9 for me. It's just about what we talked about. Take my final. Oh yeah, you cannot take the final earlier than Wednesday. That's not allowed by school district policy. So if we have the final on Wednesday, if you are not exempt, folks, and you cannot take it at noon on Wednesday due to an appointment, or I know there's even some like baseball games or something for West. There's some players that have said, I'm going to be in some school sports stuff during the finals. If you can't take it then we'll have to schedule a time after that, either Thursday or Friday, or the Tuesday after finals is actually our last school day. Crazy schedule this year. And Tuesday morning can be makeup finals if needed. Or, if you're not available Wednesday at noon when our final is, but you have to take the final, get with me and we'll find a time Thursday, Friday, or the following Tuesday that we can get that done. So, any other questions? And again, we won't know exemptions till next week, but we will have exemptions, and maybe you're exempt and won't need it if you have a conflict. So, all right. Well, if there's no other questions, I'll let you guys go. Ava wanted to look at last week's assignment, so we can do that. And anyone else need anything, hang around. Have a great week.